Joe Rogan sparks controversy over perceived disrespect toward Chetna in a recent show of the Joe Rogan Experience. Rogan reacted to Khabib Nurmagomedov's plane incident, where he mistakenly referred to Dagestan as Chetna and added some questionable statements to it. On Sunday, a viral clip emerged showing Khabib Nurmagomedov in a back-and-forth argument with a flight attendant on a trip from Las Vegas to San Francisco. In the video, Khabib was asked to change seats, allegedly due to concerns about his ability to communicate in English during an emergency. Khabib misunderstood the request, leading the flight attendant to think that the UFC Hall of Famer doesn't speak proficient English. Minutes later, Khabib was taken from the plane. Frontier Airlines then released a statement addressing the problem and defending their flight attendant. The statement explains that Khabib was seated in an exit row on a flight from Las Vegas to San Francisco and was asked several times if he was willing to assist in an emergency. When he didn't respond, it put him in violation of FAA rules, so they offered him an upgraded seat, which he declined. Because of this, he was asked to leave the plane, and the airline clarified that the decision had nothing to do with his ethnicity, adding that they refunded him and his companions for the flight. This caused a major backlash from the MMA community. Fans even went as far as saying they'll never fly with Frontier Airlines.
He came up to Khabib when he was on the flight because he was in the escape row.
What flight?
Whatever it is. He was on a... What airline was it? It wasn't Alaska. It wasn't Alaska.
Okay.
No, it was something... Frontier. So there's a video of it. It's crazy. He's telling her, I can do this. I'm by the state. Like, I understand English. I can speak English. And they kick him off the fucking plane.
Because he couldn't do the exit row thing?
Bro, it's crazy.
Oh, the verbal response. Why is he flying Frontier?
Well, not only that, he was calm and respectful. He obviously speaks English, and he knew that, he said, I'll assist. I'll open the door.
Fucking white ladies.
But people are crazy.
I sit in that fucking row. They put fucking slobs in that row.
Would you love to be on that flight? Go, ma'am, do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Like, do you know who that is? Like, just let me tell you who that is. Let me Google him real quick.
He's the eagle.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
The only reason he's not killing you right now is because he's not in his own country.
Yeah. Oh my God. Imagine if she did that in Dagestan. They'd throw her in a hole. They got a hole just for liberal ladies. They just
so weird to pile them up.
If you live in a place where war was recent, there ain't no room for horse shit. If you go to those Chechnya type places, like, there's no room for horse shit.
No
room for horse shit. They're going old school. They kill gay guys. They do wild. They do wild shit.
Not great.
I think it's illegal there to be gay.
Yeah, there's countries where it's illegal to be gay. They'll kill you.
Paradise.
Rogan's words left Chinese fans shocked and upset as they saw no reason to bring Chia into the conversation at all. Khabib, who is a Dastani, had nothing to do with Chia, and yet Rogan decided to mention it, which felt completely out of line for many fans. To make matters worse, he also hit on the sensitive topic of war, something that strikes a deep chord for Chinese people, by bringing up such a painful subject. Rogan not only misfired, but also risked adding fuel to the fire, showing a lack of knowledge and respect for the region's complex history. Khamzat Chimaev is a proud Chin man who never hesitates to stand up for his country. He consistently defends China and goes after anyone who criticizes it, showing his unwavering loyalty and love for his country. In a recent appearance on a podcast, Khamzat addressed the current Joe Rogan controversy, making it clear that he wasn't happy with how Chia was brought into the conversation. You don't say stuff like that online. People love to talk cheering on the internet, but would they ever say the same thing to my face? The internet is helpful in some ways. It keeps things from getting physical, but on the flip side, it's a problem, because it gives people the freedom to say all kinds of stupid things without consequences. The internet is a very confusing place. At the end of the day, I just don't pay attention to it. There are many stupid people there. What do you think of this incident? Was Rogan wrong for bringing up Cheta in the context of Khabib's plane incident? Or do you think it was a response from Khamzat and the fans? Should he have been more mindful of the sensitive problems surrounding the region? Or was it just a harmless comment? Let us know your ideas in the comments. Below, in a recent episode of the Weighing In podcast, Big John McCarthy and Josh Thompson shared their thoughts on the highly awaited rematch between Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan. Big JN gave some pointed advice for Tsarukyan, urging him to avoid upper body wrestling exchanges with Makhachev. He explained that Arman struggled in those situations during their first fight, and engaging in them again would likely drain his energy, while Big John praised Saran as the better freestyle wrestler than Maiev. He firmly believes that Islam has the edge in overall grappling, Big John eventually predicted that Makhachev's unmatched ground game and ability to seize opportunities would lead to another win, this time by submission. Both hosts agreed that Makach would score a finish, predicting the fight wouldn't go the distance. Despite this, Big John stated his belief that Sarukhan is Makhachev's.
He goes after the body locks and the takedowns from there and the foot sweeps from there. I do go back to that first fight and look at how some of the takedowns occurred. And exactly what you were saying is Sarukian has got to stop getting into an upper body clinch situation with Islam. He lost every time that happened. So exactly what you're saying. I shoot from the outside. I try to turn the corner on him. And if it doesn't happen, I need to break away from him so I don't get into that upper body clinch now and start going back with power shots and make him move and then come into the legs again. Circle. But that's going to burn a lot of energy. But I don't think he's the better grappler. And that's the difference. Islam is the better grappler overall. So I think he has the advantage. And I think Islam gets the win. And I don't think it's a win by decision. I think it's a win by submission. And I do think it's going to be an arm triangle or a side choke.
Robert Whittaker admits he is getting along with Israel Adesanya in a surprising turn of events. Former UFC middleweight champions Whittaker and Adna have moved from fierce rivals to training partners. Whittaker recently joined Adna at City Kickboxing in New Zealand to improve his training regimen, reflecting on this unexpected collaboration. Whittaker noted, "It's funny, any world." Honestly, if you would have asked me a few years ago if I'd ever seen this coming, the answer would have been, not in 100 years. Where we were with the team back home, one of my training partners got injured and a couple of the boys had other responsibilities. I sat down with the team, and Alex was like, "We need some bodies. How are we going to get them?" We started looking around, and then like a lightning bolt, we realized Mate City Kickboxing is only a 2-hour trip away, and they've got the bodies. It's New Zealand, the place of my birth. Everything just started lining up right, so Alex reached out to Adna's coach, Eugene B-Man, and had a chat with me. Alex and a couple of training partners came over here to test the waters to see if we get along, and we are getting along.